Hey guys, welcome back to Milk, the place where we take cereal way too seriously. Last time we went over nutrition facts on your favorite cereal with some hot takes. This time we're going to be going over some doctrinal stories with comparisons to your favorite cereals. Here are the cereals for today's episode. We got Mini Wheats, Captain Crunch, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Fruit Loops. Make sure to stay tuned for some hot takes and some awesome doctrinal comparisons. Alright guys, to start off our video today, we're going to be looking at Fruit Loops and false prophets. Today we have Korihor from Alma chapter 30. The connection we're trying to make here today is that Korihor taught false prophets. And with Fruit Loops, they say that they're Fruit Loops. But realistically, there's artificially flavored sugar. They're hidden. They're false. So that's what I found with the comparison. Korihor's teaching sounded very appealing to everyone, but they're really just lies. It sounds a lot more like Fruit Loops. How I'm looking for a good little fruit snack in the morning, but no, it's really just sugar in disguise. Eating Fruit Loops every day will rot your body. Listening to Korihor's teachings will rot your soul. I guess what I'm trying to say is that Korihor was preaching spiritual Fruit Loops, and then Alma came and shut it down. Alright guys, let's dive into this cereal. See, look at this. So colorful and false. It's not right. It should never be right. See this one? See how it's brown? That's how they should look. Not artificial. Alright guys, let's give this a taste test. You know what that tastes like? Not fruit. That does not taste like fruit. Guys, someone got mad at me for being too loud. Time to relocate. Guys, I just finished my first bowl. How was it? Not true. Hate to say it, but if you like Fruit Loops, you should probably stop liking them. They're not healthy for you, and they're sugar in disguise. Alright guys, now that we're all done with the Fruit Loops and false prophets, we're going to move on to Cinnamon Toast Sin. Alright guys, Cinnamon Toast Sin will be about Alma chapter 36. This chapter is mainly about sin. One thing about sin is that it's pretty addictive, and once you sin, you want to sin again. Just like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, it's pretty addictive. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is probably my favorite cereal, and I'm sure it's a lot of your guys' favorite cereal too. I remember a time in high school when I used to have it every single day for about a year. I was just thinking, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm going to change that on the board. Hey guys, I was just thinking. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is simply irresistible. It's cinnamon and sugar. Realistically, it's like a churro. It's pretty addictive. Just like sin, you start with one bowl and you never want to stop. That's how it was for me in high school. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is realistically just sin in a bowl. Sneaky and spiritually damaging. Alright guys, let's dive in. Alright guys, eating this right now after thinking about the Book of Mormon and how Cinnamon Toast Crunch is all like sin. Don't really want to eat it, but you know, I'll give in to the temptation. Just as good as remember. Am I sinning right now eating this? No. But this does relate to how addictive sin is and how addictive the cereal is. So I've already had 2 full bowls of cereal and getting pretty full. Still got 3 more cereals to go. Whatever. Alright guys, moving on from Cinnamon Toast Sin, we're now moving on to Captain Moroni, paired with Captain Crunch. That says Captain Crunch. Don't mind my artistic abilities. I tried to copy it. So, honest opinion about Captain Crunch? Look at this dude. He's a poser. Captain Moroni, on the other hand, Captain Moroni was a dog. A beast, some would say. He led an entire army with the title of Liberty on his back. Captain Moroni is no poser, unlike this buffoon. One has a sword and a shield. The other has corn syrup and sugar. Which one would you choose to defend you? The more you listen to Captain Moroni, he'll defend you. The more you eat Captain Crunch, the more fatter you'll get. Captain Crunch was here to destroy by mouth. Captain Moroni is here to save by soul. Alright, let's get into this. Alright guys, I'm not gonna lie, this is the third bowl of cereal I've had in the past hour. Do I want to eat this? Absolutely not. But you know what? Captain Crunch, just for you. Just corn cereal with a bunch of sugar in it. Mid. Thanks, Captain Moroni. Don't mind my artistic abilities. But now we're moving on to the one true Wheaties. Ether 12 is about focusing on Christ. Not that I would relate that to Wheaties, because Wheaties, I would say that they're more on the healthy side of the cereal. I, of course, decided to get frosted Wheaties because I'm fat. But we don't talk about that. Let's take this Wheatie for example. See that one? How does that have any frosting? Let's just pretend that that's the whole box. The real champions in the Book of Mormon weren't some rich, frosted people. No, they were people with faith. And faith is really what you need in life to become strong with the Spirit and God. People in the Book of Mormon that were talked about weren't flashy, but they trusted God, and that's where all their power came from. Faith is the real fuel. Wheaties or frosted mini wheats are really just sugar-coated cereals that are healthier than some of the others. Like you. See, look at this dude. Look at those arms. See how small those are? I have faith, so I actually am strong. Unlike this chump. What a loser. Anyways, let's just bust into this. Alright guys, let's jump into this. We got this amazing one that I found. It's like sugar coated, but that's not how it really should be if you have true faith in Christ. You don't need all that extra stuff. Christ loves you for who you are. Forgot how mid this cereal was. Did not enjoy that, but it's okay. One true Wheaties, thank you. Never eating you again, probably. Alright, so some of you guys may have noticed that I only have 4 cereals. Shoot. Oopsies. Milk before the cereal, or should I say, the apostasy. Yes, I did spill like half the bottle on the table, but I cleaned it up. The apostasy. So we're going to forget the fact that I spilled half the bottle on the table, but pouring milk first before your cereal is, let's just say, simple chaos. Whoever does it is an actual lunatic. There's no structure. There's just it's just not right. You should not be doing that, but it tastes different, you know? Like, there's usually that like little coating of milk on your first bite from pouring it over it, but not here. You can't build faith on a foundation of disorder. You first need your cereal, which you could point your cereal as faith. And then you need the milk, which you could say is the Spirit. You need to have faith to have the Spirit. The gospel has order and sequence. When you break it, things start to not make sense. That's why people that aren't of our faith get very confused, because you first have to know how to do things in order. As the aftermath, we got 5 bowls and 4 open boxes of cereal. Now I have to make it all the way back to my dorm with all this crap. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Faith in the Bowl. Next time we'll go over some more interesting facts and stories and comparisons of cereal to interesting gospel studies and doctrine. See you next time. Stay milked.